Hello and welcome to your WWE Raw review for July 13th, 2015, the go home show for Battleground, which takes place on Sunday, July 19th, 2015. I'm recording this video late Saturday. I apologize. It's been a very busy week. Brock kicks off the show. He's a babyface now, the crowd chanting Suplex City. Very exciting to see that smooth transition over. I'm very impressed with how Paul Heyman delivers his promos, because Paul Heyman can sell you anything, because Paul Heyman is passionate about the wrestling industry, unlike Michael Cole and unlike some of the other commentators. The Beast of Battleground is Brock Lesnar. He's going to bring the pain, he's going to destroy Seth Rollins. That's pretty much what Heyman says. Seth Rollins comes out and cuts off the promo at the end, and he says that he's upset about the inanimate object. He messes up saying inanimate object, and he responds back to the crowd saying, "Shut up." Fantastic, because Seth really believes in himself now. Now he's turning into a super evil heel. He's not kissing ass to try to get help. He's talking down to Kane at various points during the program, or just being very pompous. Just Seth is coming into his own for being a super hardcore heel. Unless he comes out as champion, his stock goes down, his character goes down. But we move on. Rollins says towards the end of the promo, he's going to burn Suplex City to the ground. Brock Lesnar says, "I can take you to Suplex City tonight, bitch." Kane said there's not going to be any kind of scuffle at the end for the contract signing later on tonight. Segment ends. Pretty good segment. A little too long, but still pretty good. First match of the night is Ryback and Randy Orton teaming up to face Sheamus and Big Slow. Miz is on commentary. Miz on commentary in response to something that Michael Cole says about he could play a tough guy if given the proper part. Miz says, "You're not a tough guy, you're a mouth that nobody wants to see, just here." Miz, you're awesome for saying that, but I don't want to see Michael Cole either. If Michael Cole was never on commentary again, I would be just fine. Ryback wins with the big splash off the top rope after Sheamus eats an RKO, which is very excellently done. I'm really going to enjoy seeing Randy Orton and Sheamus go at it at Battleground. Ryback had an injury reported on Tuesday. He had to have some fluid drained from his knee, so he won't be defending his IC belt at Battleground, which is unfortunate because Ryback has improved over time. Again, this is done on Saturday, that's why I'm reporting it now. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt is featured for the match coming up after the commercial break. Dean Ambrose comes out, gets a great crowd reaction. Bray Wyatt comes out. Roman Reigns attacks him from behind, and it says, "Turnbuckle's fair play." He eats the Superman punch, and then Bray Wyatt hits him with the lantern. Roman Reigns no-sells the lantern hit, although it looked pretty good. I'm not excited about Bray Wyatt versus Roman. I hope Bray wins, but if he doesn't win, then the Bray Wyatt persona, his persona being the new face of fear, is over with. You can't build him as a strong heel anymore. I'm not impressed by Roman Reigns. Will never be impressed with Roman Reigns if he turns heel and his moveset becomes something more about the powerhouse that he is. He hasn't picked up anybody ever. Would he pick up anybody by himself? We're not talking about triple powerbomb when he was with the Shield. It just doesn't work for me. The Roman Reigns character, I know he's got to be the John Cena replacement. I know that he's going to be heavily featured, but you can't tell me that he's going to replace John Cena. Then don't give him any help with his promo skills. You can't give him his limited moveset in the ring. Again, copy John Cena. You can't have him replace John Cena if he doesn't have passion when he cuts his promos. He doesn't. It's unfortunately, but that's just what he is. We move on. Next segment. Team Bella's in the ring. They talk about how Nikki talks about how she's practically a John Cena. She doesn't say it like that, but she might as well say it. How she beat AJ, and she's awesome. She rules Tiva's division. Stephanie comes out, starts talking down to Nikki. I didn't know Stephanie was face, but apparently for this segment she is. Don't care for Stephanie. Hates when she takes the screen time. Hate the Total Divas show. I like the Divas in the ring. I like them wrestling in the ring. Because I love professional wrestling. I do not like the Total Divas show. Stephanie says you guys need competition. You guys need Paige needs help because she's trying to come up against you. Let me introduce Paige. Paige comes out and she's like, "What are you doing here anymore, Paige?" Nikki just starts talking smack to her, and then Stephanie announces Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch comes out, fantastic crowd reaction. Then she says she sells again. Stephanie is really good selling what she's saying. That's the only thing she's good for. Other than that, I could care if she's on screen or not. It would be great if she could cut her screen time to like 0 time a week or maybe a minute. That'd be great because I don't like Stephanie. I think they took too much time on screen when they were talking down to Daniel Bryan. They didn't give Daniel Bryan a proper push. Unfortunately, he had his injury. But again, he wasn't injured when you gave him the championship belt when he defeated John Cena at SummerSlam. Did Randy Orton really need to have another title reign? I don't think so. But moving on. Stephanie announces Charlotte. Wonderful. She comes down. Looks fantastic. She enters the ring. JBL says that she's the daughter of the greatest champion ever, which is true. Ric Flair is up there. He probably is the greatest. Way better than John Cena. Please stop feeding me John Cena Kool-Aid. I don't drink it. I'm on John Cena diet. No John Cena. Thank you. Naomi and Tamina come on the back and they say they are the competition they need. Stephanie announces Sasha Banks, the current NXT champion. She comes out. Great crowd reaction. Sasha looks wonderful as always. Sasha's phenomenal. I don't care for her character, but she's a fantastic professional wrestler. Team Bella tries to leave the ring after being cornered by the two different factions. She proceeds to bump Sasha in the shoulder while she leaves. Sasha takes her down by the hair, and there's a quick brawl between everybody. The brawl concludes with Alicia Fox being put in the figure 8. Michael Cole messes up and calls it the figure 4, and then later apologizes through at the end in the next wrestling segment. I guess Vince McMahon told them to. Becky Lynch puts Brie Bella in the armbar submission. Sasha hits the backstabber on Nikki Bella and puts her in her crossface. The holds are broken at one point. Instead of joining forces against the Bellas, Naomi, Tamina, and Sasha just have like a weird standoff between Becky, Charlotte, and Paige. Unfortunately, Total Divas music concludes this segment. It hits at the end, and I'm just like, great. I don't need to be reminded by the show. I don't like the show. Total Divas is a horrible show. I don't need another wannabe Kardashian show. I don't watch the Kardashians either. I don't watch Total Divas. I like professional wrestling. New Day promo comes out. New Day faces primetime players and Mark Henry. They talk down the Atlanta sports team. This is the forgettable match with Mark Henry getting the win with the World's Strongest Slam. They do the millions of dollar dance at the end with Henry at the end. Next match we have is King Barrett versus Truth, with Truth winning for the 5th or 6th time. At least I've seen this match like 20 times. Not interested. John Cena comes out for the open challenge. Rusev comes out and he talks down. And he says that he would never lose if it wasn't for the Snake Lana. Kevin Owens comes out and he says he wants to challenge John Cena for the belt. That no one's going to take the belt off of him but him. Rusev says, I was here first. What are you, a stupid French-American, Canadian? Like, what kind of name do you have, Kevin Owens? You have 2 names. Pick one. He's like, why don't you take your Lana wannabe out of here and take that flag and stick it up your Chernobyl? Fantastic crowd reaction. I think when they decide to make Kevin Owens into a face, it'll go over smoothly. Cesaro comes out, and he gets in everybody's faces. He gets a fantastic crowd reaction. Cesaro cleans house after that scuffle. John Cena, quote-unquote, wisely leaves by what Michael Cole says, because, he can't be bothered because John Cena is a smart guy and John Cena's the best. Unfortunately, John Cena goes on commentary and we have a triple threat match, which is a fantastic match. I mean, phenomenal match. I recommend that you see it if you have the ability to watch this match. Fantastic match. John Cena on commentary sucks. I had to tune him out because he was just talking smack the whole time about how great he is, how fantastic he is, how he thinks the people in there are phenomenal wrestlers. But I'm gonna beat him up because I'm fresh. It's easy pickings for me. I don't know what you say. It just sounds like garbage, straight crap. John Cena sucks. The crowd sucks too because he started saying, "Let's go Cena. Cena sucks," and John Cena's not even in the match. Best part of the night is when Cesaro giving Owens and Rusev a double German suplex, followed by Cesaro launching himself over the top rope in a corkscrew plancha. Just phenomenal. Owens hits a moonsault at one point in the match from the second rope to Rusev. Cesaro breaks up the pin. Rusev hits a follow-away slam on Cesaro, and Owens breaks up the pin with a super kick. Another part of the match that was really good, Cesaro hits a delayed vertical suplex on Rusev, and Rusev's a big boy, and Cesaro had him up there for a very long time. And at one point in the match, during the conclusion of the match, sorry, Kevin Owens walks out of the match. He said he doesn't need it. He gets his match on Sunday. So, Kevin Owens is gone. Cesaro and Rusev conclude the match. Cesaro tries for a ring apron suplex when he gets on the bottom rope and he suplexed the competitor from the ring apron when the competitor's outside. Rusev counters suplex. He suplexes him on the ring apron outside. Cesaro's leg hits the top rope. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. Cesaro after Rusev gets on the top rope. So Rusev gets on the top rope. Cesaro he misses the top rope headbutt. Cesaro puts him in a crossface. And we have, unfortunately, John Cena in the background warming up. For some reason, they decided to show that particular angle. And they told John Cena to get up and warm up because we really want to see you. Dude, man, we need to move away from John Cena. When John Cena retires, I'll be so happy. Cesaro counters a Rusev acolyte setup and puts him in the swing and then puts him in the sharpshooter. Rusev gets out of it. Cesaro flies to the second rope and taking out Rusev and then hitting him with the uppercut. Cesaro tries to go for a move off the top rope. He gets knocked off of it. He eats a super kick by Rusev and gets pinned 1-2-3. Rusev is challenger for John Cena. After the commercial break, John Cena and Rusev are having a match. I don't care. I've already seen Rusev and Cena like 1,000 times with Rusev looking like a chump bitch. The match ends with Kevin Owens hitting a super kick, a kick to the head, to Rusev, giving Rusev the pop-up powerbomb and then yelling at John Cena, "No one's taking this championship from you but me. It's my championship." Kevin Owens and John Cena will have a good match, although I think for intended purposes, they should let Kevin Owens win. If he doesn't win, they should have some sort of weird DQ finish, and they should have Kevin Owens win at SummerSlam. That would be a nice payoff because Kevin Owens dropped the NXT title because you're pushing him to the main roster. So, give him the U.S. Championship. Let John Cena go away. Let John Cena challenge for the IC belt. Let him have another mid-card champion. Just keep him away from the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We have Kane and Seth Rollins' backstage segment where Kane is talking to the stage manager and he says, "I have a plan," to Seth. And Seth says, "You better make sure that this plan works, otherwise it's on you." We have a Tough Enough segment with Lita talking about the show. The competitors are on stage. Don't care about Tough Enough. Whatever. Stardust cuts a promo about how he's going to face Neville, about heroes and stuff. I feel bad about Stardust, him not getting a proper push. Stardust defeats Neville in the upcoming match by hooking his tights. Seth and Kane come to the ring after the next segment. And he's sick of the destruction of the car being shown repeatedly. And yeah, we all are too. We don't like segments being recapped 1,000 times. Oh boy. Brock Lesnar comes out, suplex city chance. We have Paul Heyman talking down to Seth, telling him how Brock Lesnar is probably going to destroy him. At this point, having the repetitive promos and start of the show, the conclusion of the show, even though I am excited tremendously for Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, I'm not excited about the promos. Brock flips over the table. He sees an axe handle on the bottom of the table, and he puts it on top of the table itself, or he finds it somewhere. I don't remember. He flips the table, knocks Seth out of the ring. He gives a couple of shoulder blocks into Kane, and then clotheslines Kane over the top rope. Seth tries to come off he does a springboard over the top rope to a crossbody. Brock catches him. He's about to hit that F5. Brock eats a big boot from Kane. He eats some steel steps from Kane. Brock comes back. He hits the F5 on Kane. Throws. I think he might have thrown Seth before the F5. I don't remember. But he throws Seth into the ring apron. The barricade. Seth runs away eventually. He gives Kane the F5 on the floor. It looks fantastic. Then while Seth is running away, he puts Kane's ankle or leg on the bottom layer of the steel steps. He smashes his ankle with the steel step, thus writing him off of any help position he would have for the main event at Battleground, which is tomorrow, because today's Saturday. Recording this video late, sorry. Brock leaves. Kane is shown in tremendous amounts of pain. They have the EMTs coming and check. For some reason, they decided to put Seth back in the ring and cut a promo and say, I'm going to beat him. There's a lot of people who couldn't beat you. I'm going to beat you on Sunday, and I'm mad at you. Kane, you suck. He starts talking down to him. Then he kicks him in his ankle, thus selling the villainous, evil heel that Seth Rollins is. He poses at the end of the match, end of the promo segment, with the championship belt, and he's proclaiming he's going to win. Again, I don't think they're going to make him win in a legitimate way. I think he'll walk out a champion, but they'll have to find some way for him to win the title, can retain the belt without having him lose yet. He'll lose to Brock at SummerSlam. I give this Raw a 3 out of 5. The reason why I don't give it a higher rating is because John Cena was on commentary, and that immediately made his promo segment seem worse because he didn't have a promo. He just did self-promotion the whole time, and it was terrible. And yes, I know you want to elevate the title, and it's a good thing to elevate the U.S. Championship. No problem. But you can't elevate that title while making your WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins in a segment that wasn't closing when you guys were having the show in Chicago. John Cena should not have had that closing segment in Chicago. You had Brock Lesnar there. Brock Lesnar, which is a once-in-a-lifetime type of athlete. And a Total Divas music playing at the end of that Divas segment was terrible because those Divas deserve more airtime. They have time to show you recaps of what happened 15 minutes ago, what happened 5 minutes ago, what happened half an hour ago, what happened at the top of the show. Instead of showing me those segments, why don't you have more wrestling matches? You don't need to recap stuff. People are not stupid. We are not stupid. We know what happens at the start of a show. We know what happens. We don't need you to tell us that this happened at the top of the show. Guess what? If I wanted to see the show at the top of the show, I'd watch it. If I DVR'd, I'm watching it anyway, so I don't need you to remind me about what happened. I'm excited about Battleground. Unfortunately, Ryback won't be able to wrestle. That's unfortunate, but again, he has improved. John Cena sucks. John Cena will probably retain some way, kind of something funny. I expect Kevin Owens to win at SummerSlam. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry for this video being so late. Battleground is tomorrow. Are you excited? I am.